and welcome to my channel. My name is Kimberly from Motherhood, and if this is your first time tuning in, I am so happy that you are here. Today, I'm going to be talking about a really cool program for homeschoolers, and it helps with teaching vocabulary, and it's called Wordela. Thank you so much to Wordela for sponsoring this video today. Wordela is an online vocabulary program that teaches vocabulary through a process called spaced repetition. It's basically a fancy way of saying that it helps your kids remember vocabulary words for the long term. So basically, just repetition. It also helps teach them through contextual learning, which is showing what vocabulary words look like in real life situations and real life sentence structures. So let's go ahead and take a look at the admin dashboard. You will see all of your students and everything in the class menu. So you can customize just about anything, and you'll have your student list here. And so you can put all your students there and then your teachers, and then all the reports can be found here. So just in this easy tab, you can come and check the reports. You can check the things that you have assigned for your work, and then the tests. You can set up tests and customize all the settings. Now, here's what the student dashboard looks like. I am in the third grade, but again, this has things for adults all the way from kindergarten to 12th grade, and it also has some tests that you can study for. So it really is a wide range of things that you can do here in Wordela. But let's just quickly take a look at the third grade level one. So you can see just a few of the words here that's included in that. And I like that you can add words to the list here. So you can add as many or as little of the words that you would like for your children to learn. And I also like if you click on the speaker, it repeats the words and reads it to them. So let's go on to a session. So this is just going to teach proper sentence structures as well as definitions. So you're supposed to fill in the proper word. Now, if you get it correct, obviously it's going to give you a green, but if you get it wrong, it's going to give you a red. And then it's going to take you to the proper definition of the word, and it's going to read it through for you and walk you through that. Now, for the spelling, what it's going to do is help you memorize how to spell words. So you fill in the blank, and when you get it right, it turns green. And then if you happen to misspell a word, it's going to turn red, but then it's going to give you another opportunity to get it right. So let's take a look at another one. I got it wrong, but now I got it right, so I get to move on. Now for the flashcard section, I really like this one because if you click on it, it'll go to the definition. And then if you click on it again, it'll go to what the actual word is. So you can flip through all of the flashcards to kind of practice the word and the definition of the word, which is really, really cool. It has the whole list for the whole level, whatever level that is. Now for review, if they wanted to go in and review every word on the list, they have it all here on the left-hand side, and they can click whatever word they want to review. They can either read it themselves or press the button to have it read back to them. And from there, they can also put in or add that word to the list. Now for the Z spell, which I think is really fun, and one of the kids' favorite parts of Wordella is a little spelling game that kind of feels like a video game. So obviously I'm going to be typing it a little bit fast, but for your children, they'll have time to take as much time as they need to find the letters on the computer and type it in. Now I'm going to show you on this one, if I move a little bit slower, what happens. So on both right here, I'm just going to go a little bit slow, and then you see what happens when I run out of time and it reaches me. Oops, restart, which is super fun. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to assign a test. So I already have a spelling test assigned. So now I'm going to go in and assign a vocabulary test. So it's super simple. I go in and select the words that I would like for my child to review on their test. And then once I customize all of these settings here, so how many attempts that I want, if I want them to have a time limit, if I want to give them a specific date range that I want them to complete this, I can customize that with each assignment. And then as soon as I finish customizing everything that I want, then what I'm going to go ahead and do is title the name of my vocabulary test. And then once I do that, I will go ahead and save it. So you can title these whatever you want. You can simplify it. You can go week 1, week 2. You can do the name of your child, test, whatever. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to keep it simple. So once I have that assigned, it's super simple. And you can go in and see if it's been completed. You can check the scores and everything. So let's go in and take a look at what it looks like on the student side so they can choose which test they want to complete first. And for the spelling test, it's pretty simple. They read the sentence on top and they choose the correct word and they type it in. And let's just say they're not sure what the word is. Well, they have two clues that they're able to give themselves, but after that, they have to try their best and type in the word. Now, let's say, for example, once they get their two clues given and they get it wrong, let's see what happens. Oh, that was too fast. Let's try it again. So they get it wrong and it just gives them the correct way to spell the word. So once they're finished with the test, it'll give the scores, and you'll also be able to see the scores on the parent side, which is pretty cool. So moving on to the vocabulary test, this one it gives you 4 options for the correct answer. They choose the correct answer, and once they get it correct, they are able to move on. But what happens if they don't get it correct? So once they choose the wrong answer, it turns red. But what I like is that it gives them the correct answer and the definition. So it reads through it again, and they can read through all the ways to use that word in the proper context, which I think is pretty cool. And they'll be able to see their scores at the end. So here's what's great about Wordela. One of my favorite things when it comes to choosing things I use with my kids is if it's open and go. So Wordela is 100% open and go, which means I don't have to prep anything, and that's a win for me. The next thing is that it's customizable. So you can choose however many words you want your children to learn per day, per week, whatever schedule that fits them. It's easy to customize for each one of your children. The next thing that I like is that it doesn't rely on fancy, cutesy, gamey type of graphics to hook and to get the children interested in learning new vocabulary or spelling words. It's simple, and that's really all you need. Even though the game on it is pretty cool for the typing out the words, I think that's really cool. But even that, the graphics are really simple. It's not over the top with a lot of flashy colors, a lot of things like that. So it's perfect and it's simple. Another thing I like about Wordela is that it's perfect for middle and high school students, and even adults can use it, quite honestly, but it's also good for upper level elementary students. So if you have an upper level elementary student who is reading at a higher level and is just ready for a challenge, I think that this would be a good fit for them. So as a Christian homeschool mom, I really appreciate when I can find things that doesn't have a woke ideology in it. And what I've seen so far with Wordela is that it's pretty neutral. So all the words and the vocabulary that your children will be learning is something you can pick up in an old school dictionary, learn the word, learn the proper pronunciation of the word, and learn how to use it properly in a sentence structure. That is all you're going to be getting with Wordela, and that I can appreciate for sure. So here are some fun ways that you can use Wordela in your homeschool. When you're using Wordela, it really doesn't even feel like you're doing homeschool work. So I think it would be good to use when you have an older student and you need them to have some structured time and you need to focus more on your toddlers for a little while. I think it's a great way to set up your older homeschoolers to have something productive to do. Okay, so here's my final thoughts about Wordela. If you're looking for something for your children to learn and work on independently, if you want something that's effective and fun, but most importantly affordable, then I would highly suggest you check out Wordela. Thanks for joining me today, friend. I really hope I was able to give you more insights into Wordela and how it's good for your homeschoolers. If you want more information about Wordela, check out the link in my description, and I will see you next time. Bye.